Hello YouTube, I'm back with a update video. Tiny short update. So my front tire is toast. It's been almost 8,000 kilometers and it is at the point where I need to change it out, which sucks. It is I think it's a little early for the front tire to wear down, but I have to sort of blame myself. I have a air pressure measurer, like one of those analog that you just push in and you can read the air pressure. However, it seems to be about 20% wrong, meaning I thought I had 2.5 bars, which is 32 psi, I believe. No, 36. I think it's 36 psi. So I thought I was golden. I checked out, same pressure every day, never leaked. I was very happy about that. But the tire kept wearing really strangely. The leading edge was taller than the trailing edge. I believe it was. Yes, that's right. Which on the front tire is kind of weird. It was the same on the back tire too, but not as bad. And so I thought something has to be wrong, and so I readjusted the suspension and did all of that. The bike does feel better. That is a fact. It does ride better now. But still, kind of weird. And so I went to 3 different gas stations and used the pressure or the air filler there and watched the pressure gauge, and sure enough, I thought I had 2.5 bars. It's closer to 2. I think I had 2.1, which means that when the days are colder, the tires would be even less pressurized. Usually I repressurize the tires any day there's any change in the weather. But you know, some days it's 10 degrees, sometimes it's 7. It's not like I'm going to adjust the temperature for 3 degrees. That's unnecessary. And so after like 8,000 kilometers of basically 20% too low air pressure, the tires were burning out pretty bad. So I did that check and discovered that I had indeed completely misread, or the gauge is misreading, to be precise. And so yeah, the front tire is worn completely down to the bar, or to the indicator. Luckily, I'm having the bike to service because it's 11,900 kilometers and it's service at 12,000. So in 3 days it's due for its service. That's when I have ordered the service delivery. It's actually being done in 4 days, but whatever. So of course now these are dirty, but let's see if we can find an indicator. There you go. The indicator right there. It is almost down there. You can feel a little bit of a bump. Smallest little bump. So it's not completely gone, but it is very close. So yeah, and you can't see it anymore, but this leading edge was very much raised compared to this one. And that probably come from the tire being underinflated and literally the patch being too wide, which is also probably why the sides here are so worn down. Take a look at the rear. You still have I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 fingernail widths. It's not a whole lot, but I'd say half a centimeter. So I'm hoping for at least a couple of thousand. If I can get 2,000 more out of these, I'm guessing the front and the rear will wear down at the same time, and I'll change both tires next time. I'm keeping up with the M9RRs. I love the tires, great tires, very puncture resistant. I don't think I have that spot. So I did have one incident. It's not very visible here. There you go. I think that'll help. So there, it isn't through the tire. It's just a little bit in, and it's getting close to being worn down. I think it was a staple or something. It looked like a metal piece, sort of like a staple. It probably wasn't a staple, but it looked like one. And that's the only puncture I've had. And I've been riding these tires pretty much through everything. And one of the reasons I want to keep using the Metzeler is they are very good in the cold, wet and dry, and when it's warm. Probably not the best in the heat, probably not the best in the wet or cold, but considering what kind of tires it is, I don't think you'll get a whole lot better. Especially in the cold and wet. If you're going for a sport tire, you're not going to get a much more temperature and weather friendly tire than this. Of course, I got the rear tire pretty late last year. The front tire I did have while it was summer. I loved it. Great grip. Never once has the front or rear slipped on me, unless I wanted it to. Nothing unintentional so far. Even in the wet, even in the cold, I've been riding basically like normal when it's raining. Of course, I haven't been riding in the rain for a while, and now the tires are getting a little bit more worn. Tires don't work as well in the latest stage of their life. So, especially the front now, because it's wet and it hasn't been wet for quite a while. Oil and stuff will gather on the top of the asphalt, and all the gravel and stuff will get wet, and everything will just get more slippery. So generally when it's been dry for a while and it suddenly gets wet, just be extra careful. It's not just wet anymore, it's also extra slippery. Let's do a brake check. There's no one behind me. Now, it's pretty wet for the first time in quite a while. Let's see how these cold Metzelers do. Oh yeah, I felt it did slip. Still brake pretty well, but I felt the front completely letting go.